Hey folks, I think it's been a couple days or so since I last posted any videos or so, but it's the 1st of July 2017, Saturday. My dad just headed off on a trip to see some relatives, and it's like a long journey for him. It's to the other side of the world basically, just for a week. I'm hoping is the thing, because he deserves to get away. He deserves to see his family and pay his respects to my grandpa who just passed away. Well, not just passed away, but back end of May. End of May he passed away, and it's this whole sort of thing where if my dad can go there within a certain period of time afterwards, and it's kind of like he's paid his respects, he can make his peace with things, and then head back here, that sort of deal. But other than that, yesterday I went down to a couple staffing agencies, and I was able to get my resume in, and there's a couple of recruiters looking at different opportunities for me. One, at the first agency, it's like a electronics assembly job, but I have to go through an actual interview with the guy in charge of that, and then following that, it's like a 4-week training program, and then they put you on the floor. And my plan is at most to be only here until August. Then I head back up north and get back to school. And I just want to make some money. I just want to make some money to cover my costs and so on. So the second opportunity, which is at a different staffing agency, or through a different staffing agency, is really what I'm looking at, which is, from the sounds of it, is very similar to the job that I had through them several years ago, which was a quality assurance inspector at a sports equipment company. And it was like a 40-hour a week job with overtime, plus it was basically, I guess, minimum wage at that point in time, which back then was like $9 an hour. Nowadays it's $11.50. So if I'm doing 40 hours a week plus overtime for $11.50 an hour, that's really gonna help. And assuming I could get in over there, or perhaps go to the place that I worked at through the staffing agency the last time I worked through them. Same situation. Like that would just that would do it for me. What I'm saying? I'd have the money to take care of credit card bills, clear up space in my credit cards basically, so I can cover my educational costs. I'd have cash for just hold on a second. I'd have cash for rent. Okay, that looks better. Yeah. But I would cash for rent. I'd have cash to pay off my credit cards, that sort of thing. Take care of any debts that I need to take care of within the next couple of months. And so that's really my big update as far as that's concerned. It was really nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. I know my demeanor in general is almost like even keel or downer note, I guess, but it was really nerve-wracking to go down there, just because you put together a resume, and you gotta kind of sell yourself in a sense. And so you could be like, oh, I know this, I know that, I'm expert on this, I have a sound knowledge of this or that, or you have all this expertise, and you're kind of worried that they're gonna put you on the spot, and if you can't answer the question the way they want it or what have you, then it's like, oh, you're getting called out or whatever. But they went more based off my experience where I've actually worked, so that was helpful at both places. So, but I really would prefer the quality assurance inspector job. I mean, to be making some money, and I have experience with that, and it's just like you have to check like sports equipment to make sure that they're not too banged up basically, and that sort of thing, and then package it and send it out to the market, so to speak. And the ones that are too banged up, well, those get tossed, or they're metallic, and they be taken to some other place and melted down, and then the metal will be reused or something like that. So pretty simple job. You get used to the routine of it. Some of you do have to move around from station to station, do like teamwork and that sort of thing, but it was really never that bad, especially since the shift that they were talking about, this recruiting agency, is like a 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. shift. So, it's like I would be getting back home around midnight, so it's just an hour-long drive, and then I'd go to sleep and get back up after a few hours, hopefully. Assuming that stuff at my parents' home doesn't, get in the way, because there's that whole other angle. But under the best conditions, it would just mean me getting up, so many hours beforehand, getting things ready, and then just going and working, basically working from the afternoon to the night to midnight, basically. So, but I'm thinking that would probably be about, for full time, it'd be about $460 per week. And then obviously if I had overtime, which, what they need overtime, I'll be going in. It's time and a half, so whatever that would amount to, it would be a decent amount of money, and just take a lot of weight off my shoulders, just to not only have a job, and even one recently, and also just to have the money, basically. So went through that. I'm hoping things, by Monday or Tuesday, I get a call from one or both of them, and they say, hey, this is what's up, we're willing to go ahead with this, here's the paperwork, fill it out, you can start on this day or whatever, and I can just go in and start working. And for the week that my dad's going to be out, and I'll be having to contend with the drama, stress, anxiety, high blood pressure, all that kind of stuff that comes along with dealing with my family, which I have gotten into in other videos, really more to Nofap, but needless to say, it makes life, difficult. But if I have a job, even if I'm having to be down here for 2 months, I'll be out of the house most of the day, or let's see, I'll be either out of the house or asleep most of the day. Let's just put it that way. Assuming, like I said earlier, assuming things don't get way too out of hand. But yeah, I'll have my job, I'll have my money I'll be making, all of that to keep me going until I head back up north. So, like I said, this is my big update. I'll be updating, you folks who, if you care, I'll be updating you on that Monday, and obviously like making some more like Nofap vlogs along the way. But yeah, working on getting back out there, working on getting more established and that sort of deal, and taking care of issues. And one thing also, it's like kind of a future plan that I will be doing, is I'm going to be ordering some study material, maybe some old textbooks or so, like an edition or two older, for the classes that I had issues with last fall, as well as trying to get my hands on the textbooks for the other classes, so that I can just I can come out to this location. Let's see, this location during the day, when I don't have the responsibilities or what have you, and just I can study out here without my phone on me, because I don't want to be getting called that kind of time. If I'm going to be out here just stepping away from things for a bit, then obviously I want to have some peace and quiet. But so I think that's basically it for me for this video. Two big things. Of course, the biggest thing being the job situation, but the other thing being my plan, or plans for getting ready for next semester, because I don't want to have another repeated last fall. I mean, I don't want to, and I can't afford to. In part because they only allow you to fail so many classes that are in the major before they say that you're not, completing, or not making, what do you call it? Not making sufficient progress in the major, and therefore, they give you the boot, basically. And at that point, it's just, I don't want to be there. I'm not gonna let myself get there. I'm not gonna let myself have a repeat of last fall. I'm sure it's not gonna let it get worse. So I will be doing what is necessary to make for a better future, because I come back here and I get reminded of why I left and why I don't want to go back and why I don't want to end up in that kind of situation again. So anywho, that's it for me. Progress I'm making, the work I'm doing to get where I need to get, and thanks folks, and I will see you around. Bye.